my archive, my photo archive, was in a garage in Oxfordshire from 1992 until 2017. So my friend finally boxed everything up and shipped it to me. It was in filing cabinets, and while he was trying to get these filing cabinets open, there was no keys for them and they were locked. One of them fell on his head and had a huge gash on his head and blood everywhere. Sent me pictures of it. So that was the legacy of my archive. Tons is missing, but he did send me, 6 filing cabinets full of, or four filing cabinets worth of material. And I started scanning it. And this is literally only, what is it now, coming up for 5 years ago. But here's the interesting thing.
Man.
Now that the toilet has been flushed, you don't go back through your archive. Maybe if you have a retrospective, if you're doing a book. And a lot of my contemporaries, they kept doing photography that whole time, but I think it's true for them as well. And then if now we're all older and started going back through our archives, you're like, holy shit. You go and see a band and we'll say The Clash. You go through you process your film, you make your contact sheets, you look through them with an eyeglass, you mark up the best ones and you print maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And then, you take those to the magazine or the paper and then you've got your next job. So, and then time goes by and you never go back to it. And I started going through these negatives and these contact sheets thinking, holy shit, I had no idea I'd taken this picture of Freddie Mercury in black and white where he's like, Mama, or the picture of Joe Strummer with his arm out, which is on the wall. I don't know if you can quite see it. It's on the wall behind me. I think it's right there. These incredible pictures that I didn't know I'd taken because you never spent the time looking through your material, through your back catalogue or your archive. A bit like maybe, let's say, Bruce Springsteen going through his tapes every now and then and thinking, shit, I wrote this song in like 1976, never recorded it. This is a great song.
Yeah.
And you're discovering new things apparently, because you're looking at finding little details like you had mentioned with Paul Weller. You see on the side of his boombox, there's a little quote.
Ring ring at 7 a.m. from Magnificent Seven by The Clash. Oh, that made my day. That made my year, actually. Finding that link between The Clash and the Jam, or The Clash and Paul Weller. There is a photo of Joe Strummer and Paul Weller that I absolutely love. The two of them together. It's like a nexus.
Oh,
that's meeting of too much.
I didn't take it. That's one I wish I'd taken.
All right. So I always ask the Tears for Fears quote is always kick out the style, bring back the jam. Who were you? Were you team jam or team style?
Both. These days I listen to the Style Council a lot more than I listen to the Jam. I think they were way ahead of their time. But I love the Jam. I used to go and see them a ton. I used to see the Jam and the Clash a ton, every opportunity. 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Before I was a photographer, when I would smuggle my camera in as a student and when I was a professional as well. So I'm very kind of fortunate in that regard. But I really did love the Style Council. I love Paul Weller, and I still do. Love Joe Strummer, and I still do.
Yeah.
And it's a privilege to, when I go back through the archives, it's a privilege to have been at all those events. Even Style Council were at Live Aid, but I think most people forget that. They were either the first band or one of the first bands on a Live Aid.